I was asked to explain something that we have been talking about recently, and I would like to read from Philippians 3:8 and welcome this morning for this simple thought from the Word of God that hopefully helps you start your day with a spiritual oomph. So Philippians 3:8, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Jesus Christ, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Christ. And Paul has here listed a bunch of things, a lot of very precious things that even I know some believers who are trying to obtain those things a lot, and they are really busy trying to do that. But Paul is saying, I'm happy to set them aside, and not just set them aside, but let go of my heart, let go in my heart of them, judge them as without value. And why? And the answer is in verse 10, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death. And the question is, how do I, what does it mean that I know him? And Paul here explains really in a list of 3 simple things, which is very much to my heart. He says, knowing him means knowing the power of his resurrection. What does that mean? It means that I know the life of Christ, working and throbbing in my life. And this is Galatians 2:19 and 2:20. You can read that. We don't have time to talk about it, but this is the amazing truth that we as believers can know the life of Christ functioning in us, and that's what it means to know Christ. That's how we learn to know Christ, that his life is in us and we live in this world with his life, and we're saying, well, Lord, I don't want to live my life, I want to live yours. And that sounds like a very proud thing to ask for, but really that's what God has called us for as believers. And then the next term is the fellowship of his sufferings. Which means that I know what a temptation it is to live in this world, desiring and walking with the Father, desiring the Father and walking with the Father, because Jesus had this, and he walked in this world, and he knew what a challenge, what suffering it was to walk with the Father in this world, and what challenges there were, what temptations, what attacks from the devil and from people around him, people who loved him. When Peter said, you cannot go to the cross, how easy it would have been to accept that and choose his comfort maybe. He knew these temptations, and so many things desire to deter us from following the Father's will. We know what it is like. I think often we worry about how many times we fail and falter in our walk with God, but really it is us learning to choose to walk with God. It is us learning to go with him, and as we fail and we get up, as we fail and we get up, we are saying this in our hearts, that I may know him. This is my desire, this is what I want, and this is what I do, this is what I look for, this is why I stand up, this is why I can fall today, because if I had stayed down 20 years ago when I failed, then today I couldn't fall anymore. But I can fall today because yesterday I got up again, and today I'm planning to get up again, and not planning to fall again. But if it happens, I'm going to get up yet again. And then it says to be conformable unto his death. How do I know Christ? I know what his life means in me, and then and that he lives through me, and then I know what the temptations are in this world, and then also conformable to his death, which means that I know what it is to give up my life by faith in exchange for something greater. Hebrews 11:14 says that, and 15, those verses say, for those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a country, that we are by faith putting our weight. We're going out on a limb by faith with God, and that's an amazing life. And this is how we know Christ. This is what it means that I may know him. God bless you with these thoughts. Hope that was a blessing, and hope to see you soon again.